so we won't for instance lose money as well as within our regulatory risk.
Yeah, that sounds really like a really good product.
It's not only the okay.
Could you finish what you were saying first?
Yeah, sure. So what I mean by that is the fact that if I would take this similar that just use case, and if I look into CA as well as IBM as well, it's very hard to get that breadth across the environment because I have to wait until the other fees that come in. If you see an organization, and not just Apple Bank's a little bit different, it's a lot smaller, but if you look at Bank of China, we don't upgrade everything at one time. And a lot of time what happens is that a big conglomerate organization, it's very hard to be on the same platform. So therefore, and when you have a local CEO and COO, etc., they may say, you know what, I like IBM or I like CA, etc., because that's how they run the operation. Given that said, how would you get a global view of what's going on? So therefore, you have to feed into the system. If this particular scenario was on IBM, was on CA, so you'll say so many application interface coding, so that get that data rich coming in as well presented. And this is where Unisys were able to do that because the platform is open. You're on Linux, you're on Windows. It's not something that you have to go to IBM for. And this is why we're able to ingest other type of data as well as what I mentioned, the unstructured data easily. So basically, and this is right now we're testing a very small use case. And last thing, if you add AI on top of that, and this is where you get artificial intelligence, and you can do a lot of data mining on top of that as well. At the end of the day, data is data. We found a rich platform. This is where Unisys were able to provide the scalability from non-traditional to traditional, right, and vice versa.
Yeah, that sounds great. I will ask you. I guess the last question I was asked: Is there a question we should have asked and didn't? Oh, sorry. Are you still there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm waiting for you. Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything from my perspective? I feel like we've touched up on everything that I wanted to get information on. Is there anything that you think we should have asked but didn't?
Well, so there are a couple of things with Unisys that I would you guys should also look into a little bit. There are many times I get questions is how do I know if a company is actually really responsive, right? And like you say, yes, they help me on some of the current challenges. But for example, is I'll go to Unisys and say, you know what, I need this report or I need this dashboard. And they will come back and say, you know what, Eddie, you know what, that's in our next release, or you know what, that's not available yet, and sometimes I don't see on the roadmap and so forth. So what I'm trying to say is this. I think what it is that you should also gauge your companies that how well do they listen to their clients' feedback. Yes, it's not yet currently, but you know what? Have you incorporate all the asks from your clients for the last 6 months? Are they going to be consolidating the next release, the next roadmap, and so forth? That's one out. So by listening to feedback of your clients, you would then hopefully enable the product a little bit more enriched, as well as provide the reports or the dashboard, whatever the client needs. So that's one aspect. Because if the client's happy, they of course the organization and the product will be happy. That's one. Second of the fact is, as you're well aware, many times we get in a lot of trouble with our regulators, and because we're not able to produce the reports or the metrics or dashboard from the system, and many times is I have to extract raw data from these systems and then munch my data and perform and so forth. And this is where I think Unisys can have a good leg up. The fact is understand what that particular vertical needs. Is not just only for financial, for healthcare, for whatever industry that you're in, and so forth. Understand the regulatory impact, and more so if I have, for instance, the DGPR. I have to go through making sure that, do I have European citizen data? Do I have an account for a European citizen? And this is where Unisys, being the fact that they